Beatty puts it through. A 5-play, 80-yard drive, penalty assisted. It took 2.5 minutes off the clock, and the Alouettes have grabbed the lead. Darian Durant finds Ernest Jackson for his 6th touchdown of the year. And now a 7-3 Montreal advantage.
It's the final days of the Nissan Redline Clear-Out. Clear-out pricing on virtually all remaining 2017s, like up to $5,000 standard rate finance cash on road, with available intelligent around view monitor to help you park like a pro. $4,500 on Murano, and up to $6,000 on Pathfinder with intelligent 4-wheel drive, designed to automatically adapt to changing conditions. Or get 0% financing for 60 months on other select models. It's the final days of the Nissan Redline Clear-Out.
Our rum, our bars, our way of saying, you're invited. At the Appleton Estate, we are rum people.
Our latte begins with premium Arabica beans, decadent espresso mingling with 100% Canadian milk, a dance of ingredients. And it's pretty great with Timbits. New handcrafted lattes from Tim's, now available in pumpkin spice.
And there's the man of the moment, Ernest Jackson, discussing his latest touchdown with the rest of that receiving group. He and B.J. Cunningham working in tandem. You're going to see the two receivers, Jackson and Cunningham, coming out together. They're going to come from the same release point. You're going to see Cunningham drags his guy across the field. That open space for Jackson essentially gives him about half the field, all that middle, to get open. He gets inside position on his man, who's anticipating it appeared an outside release. Darian Durant lays it in. Richard Leonard, the Hamilton DB, is going through a little bit of an adjustment period after playing the first part of this season entirely at corner. Now moving into that halfback spot.
Beatty puts that ball into the end zone. And so there'll be no point in the play. And the Ticats will scrimmage at their 25. So there's Jeremiah Mazzoli making his 8th consecutive start at quarterback for the Ticats. Zach Collaros hasn't thrown a pass since August the 18th.
Yeah, the Ticats had that rough 0-8 start, made changes, the head coaching spot and starting quarterback position both at that point. Mazzoli taking over along with June Jones and posting a 4-3 record since that time.
On first down, set up for Brandon Banks. Banks has got blockers in front of him. A first down and more. Banks goes up the sidelines and goes out of bounds at the 47. A pickup of 22 yards.
Nice execution on the hitch screen, get it to Speedy B in space, but keep an eye on the center, Mike Filer. He's going to pull out of here and gets all the way around the horn to cut down a defender in space. Terrific block right there to take down the Owls' leading tackler, Kai Hebert, before he can run the play down.
Now Green around the left side, and Green takes a hard shot there from Henderson. Has a gain of 9, close to another Hamilton first down. The difference between the Ticats with Collaros at the controls and Mazzoli is they run the ball a lot more when Mazzoli's in the game. Mazzoli has rushed for over 300 yards this year as a quarterback.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's not even so much a matter of who's in at quarterback as a matter of a change in the offensive philosophy as they've adjusted more to June Jones as the head coach.
Here's Green. Gets across midfield down to the 52-yard line. That should be enough for a Hamilton first down.
You know, you bear in mind when Collaros was playing, they were running Kent Austin's offense, which had them passing the ball more heavily, whereas at the point where they were fully transitioned and running June Jones' offensive scheme with a little more of the run game involved, that was exactly the time that Masoli took over as the starting quarterback.
Four-man rush. Masoli up and throwing, and that pass is caught. A great stab back to pick it up by Shamon Chambers, and that's another first down for the Ticats and a gain of 12.
Yeah, stab is exactly the word. This one had some zip on it. Chambers has sort of come back across his own body, changing his momentum. A good, strong catch. The former Edmonton Eskimo and Saskatchewan Roughrider.
Here comes the blitz on first down. Masoli has time, looking deep down the field. The pass is incomplete. Trying to find Chambers, but Tavon Campbell there with him. Or check that. That was Michael Carter with him. And it brings up second down.
Given a little bit of time here, Jeremiah Masoli able to set up and throw the deep ball. Shamon Chambers tried to turn on the Jets, top right corner of your screen.
Little hand fighting down there. Brings up second down for the Montreal 40. Masoli swings it out for Green. The pass is incomplete. And he was lined up by the linebacker, Reggie Northrup. And brings up third down for the Ticats.
Northrup had his sights set on Alex Green as they're trying to set up a bit of a bubble screen to the running back.
Ticats will try a field goal here. A 47-yarder. Kenny Allen made his debut for the Ticats last week against Calgary. It was 2 for 2, but his longest was 27 yards. Former Michigan Wolverine. Luke Tasker, the holder. Allen has enough on it, and it is just good. Called the sweepers on that one. And Allen has his second field goal of the game, and now the Ticats trail by 1.
Well, good start to his CFL career for the former Wolverine. I would say they assessed his range right on that one.
It's a risky play, the long field goal. You have maybe the biggest mismatch in the sport with a lot of offensive linemen covering a guy coming out of the end zone.
And Steph Logan has already had a couple of nice returns and a kickoff and a punt in this ballgame.
First down for the 35. Durant up and throwing, and the pass is caught. As Sam Giguère makes the reception and gets up to the 43-yard line for a gain of 8.
And you'll see Giguère here working back to the football.
Came with just 5 catches on the year, Dwayne.
Yeah, he's a guy who's missed a lot of time due to injury this season. You know, and Alouettes in their circumstance have given the youngster George Johnson a lot of time on the outside, fellow Canadian, 2016 draftee of the Alouettes.
Durant gives it off to Sutton, and Sutton gets to the 45, which is what he needed for the first down. It'll depend on the spot. He should be close. It's amazing in this sport, Dwayne, how quickly things can unspool.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked before, Gord, about the intangibles and how much of an impact they can have, and confidence always being one of the big words that when things start going sideways and a few people start to lose belief, becomes very difficult for the group to succeed.
Right. And for Hamilton, just a start that they could not have imagined. They retooled their defensive backfield after last year. Now they've had to kind of rebuild that rebuild.
Yeah, it's been an interesting year, certainly in Hamilton, and really a tale of two seasons in terms of a change to the coaching staff as well as much of the personnel on the field.
Here's Durant on first down, has time. That ball was tipped, and it's short for Ernest Jackson. 4 of the 5 starting defensive backs for Hamilton today are in their first year with the team.
And you throw into that mix as well the former Ottawa Red Black Abdul Kanea, first-year Tiger Cat. There you see Simone Lawrence and Adrian Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy looks like got a hand on that.
There's Philip Lawley, started the season as the linebacker coach, became the defensive coordinator, replacing Jeff Reinbold in that role.
Now Durant stands in, fires, and the pass is caught by B.J. Cunningham for a first down at the Hamilton 52. A 13-yard gain for Cunningham. And a strike from Darian Durant.
B.J. Cunningham's a guy who really established himself last season in this offense and has proven, despite the Alouettes' offensive struggles, to be a consistent threat again here in 2017. Michigan State product.
Here's Logan on the first down carry. And Logan gets 3 on the play as he crosses the 50-yard line. And we've reached the end of the opening quarter as the Montreal Alouettes, trying to snap an 8-game losing streak, have a 7-6 lead on Hamilton as we wrap up Week 18 in the Canadian Football League season.
We're pregnant.
Excuse me?
I'm 8 weeks pregnant.
Go get him, Coach.
You will be good to your brother.
Sure you don't want to go to this gala tonight?
Can I come? I really think she's ready to
There's
go.
an opportunity to connect with her.
I understand you've already refilled the prescription one more time than you should have. Can't help a guy when he's in pain?
Jack, your dad, he's dying. I'm Jack's wife.
New This Is Us, Tuesday, 9/10 Mountain on CTV.
It all comes down to this. The Energizer Bunny gets the snap. He's still going! Nothing outlasts Energizer Ultimate Lithium.
It is a beautiful night for football.
They're on fire! This is the way it's supposed to be.
Bring him up, bring him up! The greenhouse ready to explode. Where would you rather be than watching some CFL football? Here's the numbers through the opening 15 minutes of this football game here in Montreal, and the Alouettes have the edge in total yards. The one turnover, the interception thrown by Darian Durant that resulted in 3 points for the Ticats. Ernest Jackson with a 15-yard touchdown catch to give the Alouettes the lead. Gord Miller back here with Dwayne Ford on Pink Week in the Canadian Football League. Looking dapper as always, Dwayne. We talk about players playing for jobs. Darian Durant's one of them. He's got 2 years to go on a contract, but that could change in the offseason.
Yeah, you never know what the direction the Alouettes might start to go. It's very odd to suggest that a guy with the veteran status of Darian Durant is in something of an audition position at this point in the season. But I think you've got to consider, based on the way the year has gone, that's kind of the case, that Darian is out to demonstrate that injuries were an issue for him this year, but he's definitely still got something left in the tank.
On second down, Durant under pressure, and he is sacked. And in their first for the Ticats was Simone Lawrence, and that play never had a chance.
There's Simone Lawrence getting involved in that blitz package for the Tiger Cats. He goes A-gap backside, and you saw the center, Luc Brodeur-Jourdain, a little late getting to him.
So Beatty to punt. Richard Leonard back to receive. Beatty, great kick this time. And this is Banks from the 10. Brandon Banks gets outside. He's got some blockers. Banks gets around another tackler. He evades Umar Toure and gets forced out of bounds by Montreal's Daryl Townsend. A return of 29 yards in good field position for the Ticats at their own 41-yard line.
Well, Brandon Banks finds himself back to full-time returning duties.
Yeah.
In addition to what he's doing on offense now with the injury last week to newcomer Willie Quinn, who had been the return man in recent weeks, trying to take some of the pressure off of Brandon Banks, who under June Jones has been one of the Cats' busiest receivers.
Right. Banks does not have a kick return for a touchdown his last 24 games. In fact, neither of these teams has a kick return for a touchdown this year. Mazzoli stands in, throws that wide side out. Tasker's got it. And Tasker's got a first down up to midfield. A gain of 13 yards.
Luke Tasker is another one of those guys who took a little bit of time, but seems to have rediscovered his mojo here under June Jones.
KJ Morton there on the coverage. First down, Ticats just on their own side of midfield.
You know, Tasker was a guy that I wondered about more than most in the adjustment from Kent Austin's system to June Jones' system, because this was a guy who had also played under Kent Austin in college as well as through his entire professional career. So probably the guy who had to undergo the greatest change in mindset.
Now Mazzoli throws again. Tasker makes the catch. No, he does not. Had it for a moment. The ball comes out. KJ Morton once again there on the coverage.
And Tasker got up to that football, but was still at that high point position, so not a position of strength when contact was made. Unable to secure that catch. Good defensive play there by KJ Morton, getting his hands in on the...
Mazzoli a pump fake, now room to run. Mazzoli a first down and more. Inside the 40, steps out of bounds at the 37-yard line, a gain of 19. And the dimension he brings to the football game.
Yeah, this is certainly an element added. The planned runs, planned quarterback draw there, as you saw the running back Alex Green looking to lead up on linebacker Kyrus Hebert.
Give to Green, and he got flattened as he received the football. Kyrus Hebert there on the tackle.
Leading tackler for the Montreal Alouettes. And again, you talk about a bright spot in a dark season. Kai Hebert at 37 years old.
But Bowman's 35, Hebert's 37. Chip Cox has a knee injury. He's in his 30s.
And I mean, you've got to believe this is a team that's going to look to get younger in the offseason, but you see Chip Cox on the sidelines out of this lineup. But it's Kai Hebert is a guy who's going to make it very difficult as one of the elder statesmen on this team. Be a very difficult guy to replace as he's having a career year.
On second down, Mazzoli all kinds of time to the end zone, looking for Collins, and that pass incomplete. Back here on the coverage was Michael Carter. The Alouettes have only 7 interceptions on the year. That's the fewest in the league. And that one got away there. And now we'll get a third down and a field goal try for the Ticats.
Yeah, and the Ticats had 2 receivers heading into that territory. Brandon Banks went down, which leaves, as you see, 3 defenders in the territory with Junior Collins. This ends up being a heck of a defensive play by the Ticats receiver.
Now Kenny Allen, who hit from 47 earlier, will try this one from 45. No win. This has got lots on it, and it's good. So Allen is 5 for 5 to start his CFL career, 3 for 3 today. And the Ticats have retaken the lead 9-7 with 11.5 to go here in quarter number 2. You're watching the CFL on TSN live from Montreal.
What do newcomers bring to Canada? Beauty. Laughter. Pride. And, in J.W. Sobey's case, grocery stores. For 150 years, newcomer families have brought a lot to Canada. The Sobey family is humbled to have been one of them.
During the Yellow Tag sales event, you can get $2,000 off a hard day's play. From now until October 31st, save on a world of possibilities with deals on select 2017 Can-Am vehicles. Only at your local Can-Am dealer.
If you have diabetes, why prick your finger when you can scan? With the new Freestyle Libre Flash Glucose Monitoring System, you can check your glucose levels anytime, anywhere. You can do it when you're busy or simply at home. With the Freestyle Libre system, just scan the sensor to see your current level and trends and manage your diabetes. You can do it without lancets. Order yours today at freestylelibre.ca.
The Alouettes honor Jeff Parrott and Josh Berg, who both signed one-day contracts to retire as members of the Alouettes, being congratulated by a number of their former teammates. They were terrific in their time in Montreal. And those two big men are sandwiching our John Liu. John?
Thank you, Gordon. Jeff, very warm ovation for you and Josh from the crowd here at Molson Stadium. Considering that the O-linemen rarely get the glory, how did that ovation resonate with you?
It was nice. It was unexpected. It's definitely something I didn't play to get recognized like this, but it was definitely a special feeling. It was great to share it with Josh.
And Josh, considering that you guys were the tackles on arguably the most, the best offensive line in the history of this club, how much more special is it for you to retire with Jeff at the same time, considering that you guys were fixtures on that line?
Yeah, it's very special to be able to share with my family, my girlfriend, the fans, and Jeff especially. We came in the same year together back in 2007, so played a lot of games together. We were roommates on the road. This guy snores like you wouldn't believe, but that's okay. It was, it was a tremendous experience and one I'll never forget.
Very quickly, guys, then, what memories went through your heads when you walked into the stadium today?
I just think all the times we came out to this loud screaming fans and just all the good times we had with all the great players we played with. It's a lot of emotions, a lot of really good feelings and good memories.
And you, Jeff?
Yeah, it brought back a lot of memories. Obviously, I've moved on in life and played a long time, so, post-football has been great, but you certainly come back to the stadium, you see the fans, you see the great city of Montreal, the organization, and kudos to the organization for doing this for both of us. We definitely appreciate it. Brings back emotions, but, you remember the good times.
Thank you for this, Josh. Congratulations, and congratulations, Jeff. Thanks a lot, guys.
That would have been a great rumble for the remote control between those two roommates, wouldn't it? Of course, they kept that man clean for a long time, Anthony Calvillo.
Yeah, I think those offensive linemen and, of course, quarterback Anthony Calvillo, each a big part of one another's success. Calvillo got the ball out of his hands so quickly, he made life a little easier for those guys, and obviously they did a great job protecting him from any unnecessary hits.
Here comes the blitz. Durant gets it away, and the pass is caught by Eugene Lewis, who was a late add to the Montreal lineup. In place of Nick Lewis, he gets out to the 23-yard line to be a couple yards short of a Montreal first down. This will be a yard and a half short at least.
You're going to see the Alouettes come out of a little bit of a cluster here with the three receivers. And as you can tell, Ticats dealing with the intended confusion there, trying to sort out who was going to take the third man out there.
Cavis Reed sends the punting unit on. You know, you talk about that Montreal offensive line, and it was great, and it was the best in the league. It was also an all-Canadian offensive line.
Yeah, and a great model. Obviously, it worked for them in terms of the things they wanted to do scheme-wise as well, but a great benefit ratio-wise. But when you have two tackles like Jeff Parrott and Josh Burke, it makes it a lot easier to line up with 5 Canadians across the board.
Banks from the 45 finds a seam. He's got the kicker to beat. Brandon Banks gets away, and now a foot race to the end zone, and Banks is gone. Brandon Banks is back in the end zone with a kick return, his first in 25 games, and he takes it back 65 yards, his 11th career kick return touchdown.
Well, you had a little bit of a sense, you know, as you've talked about the droughts for both these teams in terms of the kick return game. But both Brandon Banks and Steph Logan have both have a little bit of pep in their steps here in this late season matchup that you thought one of them might end the drought today, and Banks is the first man on the board.
So the first kick return touchdown of the season for the Ticats, the third allowed by Montreal. And now the point after attempt from Kenny Allen. Puts that through. And the Ticats now with a 16-7 lead. Brandon Banks takes one back. A big play for the Ticats to extend their lead to 9.
In my business, you've got to use quality equipment. Using anything else would be taking an unnecessary risk. That's the reason we use Bell. We can count on their network to keep our business golden.
With blazing fast 5 internet, advanced phone services, data security, and more, you can depend on Bell to keep your business connected. Do more and make more on Canada's largest fiber optic network.
40 Creek's story didn't begin with a commercial. It began in a humbler place, where it built its reputation by word of mouth, from mouths that had tasted the complex Canadian whiskey. 40 Creek, from a good place.
You have remarkable taste.
Yeah.
It's actually
Robitussin. To others, it's never just a cough.
Great news, Canada. With Bel Air Direct, it pays to be a good driver. You can save up to 25% on your car insurance.
That's amazing.
Congrats. You get an A for accelerating smoothly. And how would you like to celebrate with up to 25% off your car insurance?
That'd be great.
Good driver. You're a good driver. Woo!
Isn't it time you got rewarded? Switch to Bel Air Direct and save.
More savings this way.
Get rewarded. Call or visit BelAirDirect.com.
So Brandon Banks more of a part of the offense now for the Ticats, but contributes here on special teams. He's got 3 straight 100-yard games receiving, but now a 65-yard punt return for a touchdown.
Yeah, demonstrating that he's still got it, still a threat in this aspect of the game. The role that allowed him